one thing. I want everybody to look at me. I'm going to pass it to coin after I say one thing. That's a W. Let's eat one. Let's eat one. That's a W. How many people want to eat a W tonight? How many eat a W tonight?
The NFL season's over. This is I don't know if it's sad, but I'm excited. Like it's always
so
a weird.
Excited.
Well, I know you
it.
are because
I hate football season.
Before you go on your rant, because how you doing? Will you stop? This guy, man, just can never be healthy.
Sorry.
So you're the Joe Burrow of podcasting. Too soon? Yeah.
It's when I laugh, it makes me cough. I don't know why, but when I'm still coming off the sickness a little bit, and when I laugh too much, I usually have like a coughing fit. So I'm sure I'm gonna try and mute myself.
My God, dude, chill out.
I know. Sorry.
All right.
What was your? I don't even remember what your question was.
I haven't asked it yet. That's why.
Okay.
All right. Just gonna lay it out there simply.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow or Drake Maye?
I'd still take Joe Burrow.
That's insane, dude.
It's
Why?
not insane.
Why?
It's not insane.
How is it not insane?
Look at Drake May's year this year. It's a great year. Joe Burrow's had like that year 3 times already.
Yeah, but who is Drake May throwing the ball to?
No, that's fair. I think that's a fair argument. Is like who's he throwing?
32-year-old Stephon Diggs.
How good's his defense? Who's his coach? How good's his O line?
But we're talking about his. I'm not talking about his record.
Matters.
I'm not talking about his record, but I'm talking about, dude, the fact that you would still take injury-riddled, 1 Super Bowl appearance, no MVP Joe Burrow over Drake May, who's significantly cheaper, who obviously will reset the quarterback market.
Yeah, like I wasn't thinking contracts, but sure.
But I mean, he's also
what has Drake May done? Yeah, what has Drake May done?
He's about to win an MVP. He's going to the playoffs. He's winning his division.
He is going to go to he is going to go to the playoffs. He did win his division. Joe Burrow won his division twice in his first 3 years. So like, this is Drake May's second year.
I can't believe
he hasn't had any playoff.
So
he hasn't
quick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be biased, but like, you got to look at the whole picture. Like the defense. The Patriots defense is very, very good. He has a top 5-0 line in the NFL. That makes a massive difference. People always point at the Bengals' weapons as like, they have weapons, but then no one looks at the rest of the
Patriots have lost 2 starters on the offensive line the last 6 weeks.
Name them.
Their first round pick.
Will Campbell got hurt, but he's back. But like he missed 4 weeks, but he's back.
Okay, but still, he's still doing the things that he's doing.
They ranked out as the second best offensive line, rushing offensive line, and 4th best pass blocking offensive line, like for the entire season. That makes a difference.
I'm not saying, dude, obviously you need a team, but I'm just saying like the fact that you would still take Joe Burrow over what he's been doing with the contract, with the attitude, with all the baggage, with the injuries.
The injuries are bad. I will say I don't think the attitude is that big of a deal. I kind of like that because it's a shot at the team in the front office, and nothing's going to change if someone doesn't cause some rifts. So, like, I actually kind of like the stuff he's been saying. I think it'll help make a difference this offseason. I think Joe Burrow last year had one of the greatest seasons in NFL history for a quarterback. Like,
I understand.
People, I think, are moving on from.
No one's moving on. I'm just laying down the facts.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, you brought up the Bengals' weapons, so I bring up all the other pieces that the Patriots have that the Bengals have never had, because it's not always about 2 receivers or a receiver. And T. Higgins is hurt half the year every time anyway. Like, he only has the 3 of them have only played together.
Yeah,
for
but
like
Jamar
60
Chase
games.
is the best receiver in the league.
Yeah, he is. I would agree. Top two or 3. It depends on, I wouldn't even say he's the best receiver.
Last year,
I think you could.
Last year, he was the best receiver statistically in the league.
Correct. And I would say Joe Burrow last year was the best quarterback statistically in the league.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't think
all-time leader
would take him number 1 if there was a fantasy draft.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think they would either.
Okay,
but
so
all-time leader in all-time leader in completion percentage in NFL history?
Who?
Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow.
Okay. What is it?
It's like 69.2 or something percent.
In a season?
No, for his entire career. For an entire career.
Oh, okay. Well, Drake Maye had 72% this season.
Yeah, so Joe Burrow had 71.5 last year.
Well, not 72.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, I get where you're coming from, and I think Drake May is a great quarterback. I just think it's too early. Let's see what he does in the playoffs. Let's give it 3 or 4 years.
I get what you're saying, but if you give it 3 or 4 years, 5, 6, 7 years, and then is he gonna miss 4 out of 7 years with an injury?
I completely agree. The injury thing is a real thing. Like, I wouldn't be mad if people put Drake May over Joe Burrow, like if you had to pick someone. Yeah, and I think like if you're looking at who you're going to start a franchise with, yeah, one's making $55 million, one's on a rookie contract, one's 24, the other one's almost 30. Like, there's a big difference when it comes to that. But if you were asking me just right now who I would take next season, I would still take Joe Burrow over Drake May.
What if Drake May makes it to the AFC Championship game?
Then, yeah, maybe it might be different. Because he can show that he does it in the playoffs, but like he hasn't even played a playoff game yet. Like I think we're jumping the gun.
He had the worst coach of all time last year. Gerard Mayo.
Yeah,
bro.
There's a lot of bad coaches.
He's one of the worst coaches of all time.
Urban Meyer.
How many years did Urban Meyer coach?
In the NFL,
more than one.
I think he only lasted like 6 games, didn't he? And then he got fired.
Oh, like because he like kicked his kicker.
Yeah, I think he got fired like 6 games into his first season. I could be wrong. He might have lasted a year.
Did Urban Meyer coach the Jags? Why did I feel like it was multiple years?
Maybe
11 months.
11 months. So it was a year and like a couple games.
I understand, but I'm saying like they hired Gerard Mayo. I almost called him OJ Mayo. To be the successor of Bill Belichick, and they made a huge mistake because he was terrible. And then they get Mike Vrabel, who's a top 3 coach in the league, which is insane. Apparently, after they did the interview, after they interviewed Vrabel, they looked around. They're like, "Why the fuck did they fire that guy?"
I don't know why they did. I don't know why they fired that guy. I still don't know why. I think the Titans are still feeling pain from firing him. But yeah, just real quick, this year, Drake May passing stats, 72% completion percentage, 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Great season. Yeah. Great season. I still don't think he should win MVP over Matt Stafford. There's only been one quarterback in NFL history
I agree.
who hasn't.
I agree.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say about the only quarterback to throw over 46 touchdowns and not win MVP was Drew Brees, but it's because Aaron Rodgers also threw the same amount of touchdown passes and only played like 14 games instead of 16. So like he's had a great season. I think he's the best quarterback at drafts, and I've said that since like week 5
easily.
Joe Burrow, his second year. Joe Burrow's second year, 70% completion percentage, 4,600 yards, 34 touchdowns. The year after that, 69% completion percentage, 4,500 yards, 35 touchdowns. Last year, 4,900 yards, 71% completion percentage, 43 touchdowns. Like, okay, that's all I'm saying is like, I think it's a little too early. That's all I'm saying. I probably got more heated than I needed to, but I just think it's early.
All I'm saying is I think if you asked every GM in the NFL who you would rather take in a fantasy draft right now, Drake May or Joe Burrow, more than 65% are taking Drake May.
I think you're right. Because you have to factor in age. You have to factor in age. You have to factor all that stuff in. Contract, injury history. Like, you have to factor it all in. I'm just saying it's not as easy of an answer as I think.
I'm not saying it was easy. I knew what your answer was going to be.
Of course you don't.
That's why I asked the question, and that's why I want to have this discussion. And I wanted to see you have a little Brian crash out, and now I'm happy.
It wasn't a crash out. Going into this year, though, like they always do that, and it'll be different next year. Going into this year, they always do that like athletic thing where they put the tiers of the quarterbacks and how many people put them in each tier. Joe Burrow got 50 out of 50 votes for tier 1. Patrick Mahomes got 50 out of 50 votes for tier 1. And that was it. Those are the only 2 guys who got tier 1. Like, I think he is widely
For the
respected.
beginning of the year?
At the start of the season. Yes. Yeah, it was the start of the season. So it's going to be different.
Now
right?
you had to do it. Yeah.
Correct. Now you have to do it differently. But I'm just saying.
Because I agree. At the beginning of the year, we didn't even know what Drake May really was. He just showed flashes last year, and he's looked amazing this year.
I'm just saying, even coming into this year, I think a lot of people would be surprised because they talk to NFL executives, coaches. Like, that's where this poll comes from. It's not just random people. It's people in the football space. I think people coming in there would be surprised that Joe Burrow was that, and like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson weren't, and they had more votes in tier 2. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Interesting. Josh Allen's not up there.
Yes, I agree. I was surprised. He had like 48 votes for tier 1 and 2 votes for tier 2, so he was close, but it wasn't unanimous. So like, it's just interesting. I mean, that's all I'm saying.
I'll tell you what. I still think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league. So
yeah,
that guy's got no one.
Yeah, he does have no one. James Cook,
insane.
though. James Cook, NFL
great. A running back?
Yeah, it all helps. Running game helps take pressure off the quarterback.
Yeah, but what happens when your receiver can't get more than an inch away from the DB?
Yes, it matters. It also matters having receivers. All I'm saying is everyone
if Josh Allen had
Zay Flowers.
Zay Flowers would be better than he'd be a top 10 receiver.
I think he probably already is a top 10 receiver.
He'd be a top 5 receiver.
Okay,
Zay Flowers is not a top 10 receiver.
He's not a top 10 receiver, but he's a Pro Bowler. He's been a Pro Bowler the last 2 years.
That means nothing.
He was voted as an original Pro Bowler.
Travis Kelce's a Pro Bowler this year.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce's a Pro Bowler this year. What are we talking about?
He did have 1,200 yards this year. Like, okay, maybe he's not. He's top 15, though. I'd say he's top 15. I'm not a big Zay Flowers guy, but I would probably say he's top 15.
Is he better than A.J. Brown or Devontae Smith?
I think him and Devontae would have I think they're close.
That's crazy. That pisses me off.
I think they're close. I mean, it's different, right? Like, he splits time, and Zay Flowers is basically going receiver on his team, right?
I think you're just sizist. It's because they're about the same size.
I'm not sizist. Zay Flowers, 83 catches, 1,200 yards. Devonta, 77 catches, 1,000 yards. Like, good. There you go. If we're looking at stats.
Well, you also have a quarterback who throws it, terrible.
I would also, I'd say Lamar Jackson didn't have a great year. Doesn't throw the ball significantly.
Yeah, that's true. And he's also out a bunch.
Yeah, he missed like 3 or 4.
But he also he doesn't have A.J. Brown on the other side.
That's what I mean. You don't have the other receiver, which takes away some of those catches. So, yeah. Okay.
I love these conversations.
Yeah.
Live for them. All right, go on your Bengals rant. You've had some things to say.
I don't have a Bengals rant. They can go fuck themselves.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so let me just read through our texts.
Okay, yes, I did have a Bengals rant. All right, fine. I'll do my stupid Bengals rant. I'll do it. I'll do it.
Can I rev you up? Let me set the scene really quick. So, Mike Brown came out and said that Zach Taylor and Duke Tobin are coming back again next year because they believe that they see some kind of vision with them. I don't know exactly. That might not be exactly the quote, but that's basically what I got from that. And everyone, including Nick Lachey, because everyone cares what a boy band member.
I saw it going around. I didn't even read it.
Has to say about the NFL, but then again, why do people listen to us? So, Zach Taylor's coming back. He has one more year left, right?
Mm-hmm. Two, technically. Yep.
Oh, okay. He has 2 more years left, and the Bengals would never pay 2 coaches at once. Nope. So the team's just gonna run it back again, huh?
Yeah. So it didn't really surprise me. We've known this for like a month now because that's when it got leaked like a month ago that he had 2 years left on his contract, and that's when it was like, all right, there's no way they're gonna pay, to your point, 2 coaches, and they're not gonna pay one of those coaches for 2 years. If it's 1 year, there's a chance, but since he had 2 years left on his, they did a secret extension after he went to the AFC Championship game. It didn't announce it. Like, how weird is that? Like, how weird is that?
It's Mike Brown football.
Yeah, just not even announce it to everybody. Most people would be pumped, like, oh, our coach did great. We're extending him. They just don't tell anybody, which is weird. But yeah, that is the Brown family. So I'm not surprised. I wasn't. That's why when nothing happened on Monday, Yesterday wasn't surprised, wasn't expecting anything to happen. I think they did send out an announcement though, which they haven't done in the last few years. I think that at least shows they have a pulse on the fan base and people are upset. And they even mentioned Duke Tobin in there, which I think was interesting. He's never been mentioned in any of those before. So like, I think it's something. I thought the funniest thing was that they mentioned 4 winning seasons in a row, where 2 of those seasons they went 9-8 and didn't make the playoffs, but they consider those winning seasons. Like, that's a loss to me. That's a losing season. Like that's
what he
for
wants.
them. For them, I know. For them, that's what they want. They were competitive till the very end, butts and seats. Everyone showed up to the games, whatever. I just thought that was funny that he considered those winning seasons. No, my rant though was how they handled Week 18 and that game that they lost to the Browns. Like you playing your starters, which I think was stupid in the first place. Like it's Week 18, no one gives a shit. Get your better draft pick. I know no team's gonna go out there and tank. So you're saying Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, they give us the best chance to win, but you go out there with some BS offense where you're getting rid of the ball and you're not even trying to push the ball down the field. Brown starting corners go out. You're handing the ball off a million times, which is fine. Don't get anyone hurt. But if your whole purpose of playing the game is to just put your stars out there and not get them hurt, then just don't play them. Like, you're not giving yourself the best chance to win by the way you played. And then you get to the 40-yard line, 45-yard line, it's 4th and inches, and you punt when you're down, like whatever they were, 14-6 in the first half. Like, if you're not going to play to win, don't even put your guys out there. The whole thing was a sham. It was stupid, like mind-numbingly dumb the way they played that game. And like, sure, put them in for a half and pull or something if that's what you're going to do. But to not even seem like you care that you try, but then you get upset that Myles Garrett celebrated a sack record because you're fighting for your life in a Week 18 meaningless game when you know you're already coming back. Like, give me a break. Like, that was a stupid. Like, he literally said we're fighting for our lives. I'm like, okay, if you're fighting for your lives, you should have gone for it on 4th and inches from the 40-yard line when you're losing to a 4-win Browns team. Like, give me a break. Like, that's the shit I can't stand. That's the shit that drives me nuts. So I was dumbfounded at what I was watching. I can't believe I watched it, honestly. I shouldn't have watched it.
It was bad. I was watching Red Zone, and honestly, Red Zone was a bad, or I was kind of watching it, but it was a bad, like the whole day was just sad, and half the teams were playing 3rd-string quarterbacks, and no one's really playing, and
shitty day for
half
football.
the games, like 75% of the games didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
It's a horrible week. I described it as like a week 4 in college football Saturday, where it's like there's one good game and it's at 3:30 and the rest are just terrible.
Yes.
And that's just how it felt.
And the other thing, like with the Bengals specifically, like perfect, like poetry, the fact that their defense gives up 6 total points, they score 3 touchdowns on offense, and they somehow lose by 2 on like a last second field goal. Like, their defense gave up 6 points.
Yeah.
You score 3 offensive touchdowns, 21-6. That's what that tells you. And you still somehow lose. Like, cherry on top of a shitty season. And I just thought it was funny. It was good because they got a better draft pick out of it. So like, for me, I was fine with it. Win or lose, I didn't really care.
Well, the Browns kicker redeemed himself for week 1.
Yeah, he did. He redeemed himself for week 1. Good for him. I'm happy for him. It's fantastic.
Yeah. And I do have. Did Joe Burrow lay down on that sack, or?
I don't think so. Like, I saw he definitely got down quick, but like, if you watched it and saw it, like, Myles Garrett got off the line so quick. I think he knew it was
offsides.
Dude, yeah. I think he just knew it was coming, and he was trying not to get hurt. It's like, goes back to the whole reason of why are we even playing? Like, why are we in here? Like, throw in Jake Browning or Flacco, let him sling it around or something, pull Chase out, play some of the young receivers, let him get hit, let him run some deep balls. But like, yeah, he knew he was going to get sacked, so he went down. I don't blame him. Like, I don't want Myles Garrett ripping at me, trying to get his final sack. But yeah, it looked kind of like he gave up.
Do you think in like 5 years, Michael Strahan's going to come up to him at like some kind of signing and say, "I want my sack back"? Or is I think that
was my favorite part of the entire weekend, was that video, that resurfacing of whatever his name is, going up to Brett
Mark
Favre.
Gastineau?
Yes, yeah. and Brett Favre being like in shock and not knowing what to say. So fun.
Have you watched that 30 for 30 on that Jets D line?
I don't think I have, no.
That Mark Gastineau guy is interesting.
See, psycho.
He's a psychopath. Yeah.
I feel like a lot of D linemen are like you. I think you kind of have to be to be a D
But it's
lineman.
just like a weird psycho. It's like, oh, this guy has like, you know, something going on.
Some demons.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the best. Honestly, that was probably the biggest part of the
mean,
game that came out of it.
That Bengals game was brutal.
Miles Garrett.
Oh, also,
all the games were brutal.
Miles Garrett had one tackle. And
that
it
was
was
the only tackle. Yeah. It was funny. It was the only rep because like that's when you're watching that game, that's what you're looking for is like how is Miles Garrett going to get it? It was the one snap.
Yeah.
It was like 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter where they left him one-on-one. This is the only snap the entire game. They left him one-on-one. And he beat Orlando Brown within, 0.2 seconds. Yeah.
Of course.
Funny.
Yeah.
It's funny. Stupid game.
Yeah. I'm looking through the scores right now. I mean, I guess we can
There's not
talk
much to talk about. I mean, from last week, like the big ones, obviously, Seattle, San Francisco,
yeah,
which ended up not being as great of a game as I thought it was going to be. Obviously, it was still a good game and it was important, but didn't turn out to be the kind of juggernaut shootout that I thought it would be.
Oh, I do. Do you think the Eagles and the Bears were both trying to lose that game? Like, were they both trying to hide from the Packers?
I think the Bears were absolutely trying to win. Yes. I think I would rather play the Packers than the 49ers.
Do you think they can beat them 3 times in one season?
They've only beat them once. They've won 1.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They both,
you
I think
sure?
they both hope he's won. Yeah. Positive. I remember Caleb Williams did an interception in the end zone.
You're right.
Against the Packers the first time
around. I don't know. I just feel like a rivalry like that.
I think you're going to get Jordan Love after not playing for almost what feels like a month, which
he's healthy.
Yeah, he's healthy, but like I think we all see taking some time off. Like it sometimes isn't always the best. I don't know. I think the Bears, and I think that's what was the scary part was I think the Bears were trying to win and playing their starters for that reason, and they didn't look great.
Williams.
They didn't look great.
He only has one speed, and it's I'm gonna throw this as hard as I can.
1,000,000 miles an hour.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. I do think the Bears are going to beat the Packers, though.
Really? Okay.
Packers are my Super Bowl prediction coming in. Maybe it's
you're
because
not sticking with that.
No, I'm not sticking with it. Maybe it's because like I feel like I haven't seen any of their starters play in a while, and like that's part of it. And Parsons went down, so I just have a different vibe. But I think the Bears are going to get a win this weekend. I think it'll be close, but I think the Bears are going to get a win.
I'll tell you what, man. I've never been more happy to see the Steelers win in my life.
Yeah, I know. Me too. It's one of those things like you're talking to family members because obviously you hate both teams. Like, who do you want to win? I wanted the Steelers to win. Like, I like Rodgers more than I like Lamar Jackson in general. And I just feel like for recency purposes, like the Bengals Ravens rivalry has been a little bit, more intense than the Bengals Steelers rivalry. But I'm with you. Like I thought at the beginning of that game, I was like, oh, this is going to be a blowout. Ravens are going to win by 21. They came out hot, scored that early touchdown. And then the Steelers offense makes me want to rip my eyelids out.
You're like, it's going to be 21-0 at halftime.
I know. I like the Steelers offense makes me want to like.
What's a worse watch? The Steelers offense or the Eagles offense?
I think the Steelers because the Eagles at least have like some star power. So it's fun to watch AJ Brown play. It's fun to watch Saquon. Like the Steelers have, especially when DK's out there, they have no one.
It's insane.
It's like 1,000,000 passes to Kenny Gainwell. Like that's the offense.
And their offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, it's Rodgers is fun to watch, obviously, but like it is a get the ball out in less than 2 seconds and no further than 2 yards down the field. Like that is the
celebration this year with a little fist pump jump thing is hilarious.
The little jump fist pump. It is really funny.
Like Super Mario jump.
But yeah, I was pumped that that the Steelers ended up pulling out the game. But like that was what was fun is it was not a shitty game at the beginning, but it wasn't a thrilling watch, obviously, but that fourth quarter was awesome. It was like haymakers back and forth, and it felt like whoever had the ball last was going to win. And it's kind of what happened, except for the missed field goal by Tyler Lute. He missed that badly.
Yeah, I mean, Boswell missing that. He made like 36 straight extra points, something like that.
There wasn't even any wind either. It was weird.
Just fucking shanked it.
Did you see the conspiracy theories? Because there was like no wind, that it was a magnet. Like there's magnets in the ball, and the NFL's rigged because the way that both those balls like just
tailed off.
Just tailed off. I thought it was funny.
There's a lot of conspiracies this week in the NFL because the refs were probably the worst ever in some of these games. Like the Buccaneers game, I feel they got every single call. Yeah, every call, dude.
I was trying. I was trying to hold it in, and it like squeaked out. Ugh, sorry about that.
Yeah, it was just, yeah. And then the Atlanta Saints game, the fact that that mattered, it was just wild. And then like half the Saints offense wasn't out there, but it was
the Buccaneers Panthers game was one of the worst ref games I've ever seen. It is, again, that was one of the few games that actually mattered for the week. Obviously, some of those calls were ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, this week sucked, and I even said to you, like adding a game kind of dilutes the product, in my opinion. But
I kind of agree. It feels like it's been this way the last couple of years. This week 18 hasn't meant as much as I think I think last year was similar. We had the Vikings, Lions for same thing as like the Seahawks.
A quarter.
San Fran, right? Yep. Like first whoever won the division, got the first round bye, whatever. And then there's always there's a couple games for playoff seeding and stuff like that. But in general, it's felt very, very lackluster because like besides the Panthers game, Seattle Ravens, I don't think there was any other games that mattered for people getting in the playoffs. It was literally just seeding. And, like we said,
the Falcons Saints.
Okay, yeah. But like it's a game that didn't matter between those two teams getting in the playoffs.
Yeah,
for someone else to get in the playoffs. Like
but the Falcons the Falcons played to win because they don't even have their first round pick. So they're like, fuck it, let's just go out there and
screw the Rams
around.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, are those the only 3 games that actually had like direct playoff implications for a team to get in or not? See, like that sucks. I feel like you want more than that.
Well, basically only 2, the Panthers Bucks and then the Steelers Ravens.
Yeah, and then it was just the 1 seed. The other 2 are already in the playoffs. Just the 1 seed. Yeah. Very lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
Very lackluster.
Yeah. It's it was boring and it kind of sucked. But this week is going to be like the best weekend of football all year with college football playoff and now the wild card. Wild card's always the best because you have the most games.
Love wild card.
You have Saturday and Sunday and a Monday night game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's always a good time. But then after week 18, we had all these firings.
Yeah.
And we were texting today about what coach you'd want, where do you want to go to, what is the most appealing situation, and you said the Giants.
Yeah.
Correct?
I think the Giants are if you take out the Ravens, I think the Ravens are the most appealing.
Yeah.
If you take out
Ravens
because
you have the quarterback. Giants you maybe have someone. I'm not a big what's his name? Jackson Dart?
Yeah.
I'm not a big Dart guy. But I said I would want to go to the Raiders. Like if I'm John Harbaugh, 1, you get to play your brother twice a year.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be pretty cool. 2, clean slate. You have some pieces. You have Mason Crosby, even though there's like been those rumors that they're open to trading him, but you can get a haul back for him. You have Brock Bowers, and just a clean slate.
I actually think it would be in the Raiders' best interest to trade Crosby.
I agree.
I think like get that, just start clean, get that contract off your books, pick up a first, or you could probably get a first and second round pick. I don't know I don't feel like we haven't really had a trade. Brian Burns, I think, got traded for a second round pick who would be kind of similar, I guess.
Well, if Sauce Gardner can get 2 firsts, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because he's
but anyway,
he's a top 3 to 5 guy. in that position.
No, Max, I would love, and his contract is like super tradable, which is good. So like someone will bite on it because it's
and he signed a
pretty
team-friendly deal.
Yeah, he signed a team-friendly deal. So I do think it'd be in the Raiders' best interest, though, to just kind of blow it up and start over. And you have, you got Brock Bowers, you have Genti that you can kind of build off of in the, going forward. But yeah, I mean, the Raiders have $73 million in cap space for next year. I'm looking at over the cap right now, or $88 million in cap space, which is third in the NFL next year, which is awesome. They have the first overall pick. So you're going to get your chance to draft Mendoza, who I think is, going to be the consensus number 1 overall pick. So you'll have at least a starter for your quarterback, right? Like you'll have someone to base it off of. It feels like the cleanest slate of all of them, kind of to your point, because you could go to the Giants, which I think Giants have the best pieces in place. I think there's going to be people who believe in Jackson Dart. Obviously you said you don't, which I think is fair. Like that it was a good rookie season, but it wasn't anything that would, blow you away and say, hey, this is for sure a cornerstone player. But you have some great deep pieces on the defensive side. You got a decent O-line. You got Malik Neighbors. He's coming back from injury. You got Cam Scadaboo, who's coming back from injury. So like, I think they have the most pieces, but I think the Raiders is like the cleanest for a coach to come in and be like, I can do whatever I want. It'd probably be the Raiders. I think you're right. I think it's probably the Raiders.
And for a guy like John Harbaugh, they're gonna give him time.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna do this for, we'll give him however much time he needs, and I'm sure he'd be able to turn that around pretty quickly with, his history and how good of a coach he is. But I mean, I'd probably go Raiders.
Ravens want. Are we doing Ravens want? Like this is besides Ravens, or would you even put Raiders above Ravens?
Yeah, let's leave the Ravens out of this because I don't know about the Lamar thing. I don't even know who they would like. Well, I'm just saying John Harbaugh is probably the biggest get, right? So for John Harbaugh, he's obviously not going to go back to the Ravens because he just got fired. So if I'm John Harbaugh, I'd probably go Raiders 1. I really want to say Falcons 2, just because the pieces they have, the defense was one of the best defenses in the league. And I mean, Penix was terrible this year. And then he got hurt, and then Cousins came in and was actually like not terrible. And didn't they win their last 5 games? 4 games?
I think it was
4 or 5 games.
Yeah, 4. They were 4-9 and they ended up 8-9.
Yeah, and they're 1 win away from they lost to the Jets. I mean, that's insane. And they have Bijan, Drake London, a lot of pieces on defense. And then I'd probably go Giants. I like their defense. Scadaboo's not a draw to me. Like he's like a fun piece, but I feel like he got a lot of touches because they're just throwing guys out there. And he had a pretty significant injury. I'm not saying he's not going to come back from that, but Malik Neighbors obviously. But usually an ACL takes like obviously you come back and you play, but you're not like your full self until like a year and a half back.
Malik Neighbors specifically, they saw him still on crutches last week, which all the Twitter doctors go out there and say, well, he's 3 months post surgery, kind of surprising. He's on crutches. He should be past that stage. Like there's speculation that it was. And he even said it after the game. He's like, my knee was all kinds of messed up. So it led to speculation that it's not just ACL, it's probably meniscus, probably MCL, a couple other tears in there, which for a receiver is going to be harder to come back from than like a quarterback. If they were Patrick Mahomes, I fully expect to be ready because he doesn't need to be as mobile as a wide receiver is going to be. So I do think there's that to consider too. Like Malik Neighbors might not, maybe it's a Ayuk situation where he's still hurt the first 6-8 weeks of the season next year. That would suck. I think he's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, you could also say this is another case. You're going to have the worst quarterback in that division between Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, and Jaden Daniels, right?
Yeah.
So you're competing with that, but also the Raiders, you have Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes, and your favorite quarterback in the league, Bo Nix. So
that's a tough division to come in from and make some noise.
I just thought.
But
I
do think you're right. If there's one coach who probably could come in and I do think it makes a lot of sense the more we talk about it because it's going to be such a young team. You're going to be able to mold it how you want. You kind of feel like you need more of that that like culture setter more so than like a schematic coach, which I think is what Harbaugh is at this point in his career. He's a special teams guy who came in, and that's what he's known on is his culture building and stuff like that. And maybe that's what the Raiders need, right? Like maybe that's what Tom Brady falls in love with, and that's what he wants to build this team. Yeah, and you can put your stamp on it. Yeah, the more we talk about it, the more I kind of agree with you. I think the Raiders is a really good spot for
it's intriguing.
It's better
and
than
then
I
plus
thought.
like yeah, and plus like you're in Vegas, and you have
that's true.
You just have like you have all these things going your way with like Tom Brady in the building. Mark Davis obviously has like a huge, he's like very famous in the football world, and then it's just a very there's a lot of it's just cool that you can come in and do what you want. But like then if you're like Cliff Kingsbury, you can go to Baltimore and be like, all right, I got Lamar.
Yep.
Let's figure out the rest.
Mm-hmm.
So you have your quarterback, but then you have to figure out the defense. You have to figure out like, are the weapons good enough? Like, that it just seems there's just something about the Ravens I don't like. And I don't know what it is.
So I think
it might be Lamar, honestly.
Yeah, and I think with the I think we've agreed we're probably both not the biggest like Lamar fans. Mine's probably a little biased, obviously, for obvious reasons. But I do think there's a little bit more with the Ravens. Like you have a lot of aging pieces on the defense that you probably need to move away from, make some of those decisions. But you're probably set up for success to win right away, which is what a lot of these coaches are going to want to do because you have Lamar Jackson, you have Derrick Henry, you have Zay Flowers. I guess you have Mark Andrews. I think that was a stupid signing that they did a couple weeks ago. You got some pieces on the O-line. Like Linderbaum's a free agent, but he's a stud. If you bring him back, I think he'll probably be a priority signing for them. You got Ronnie Stanley locked up, who's one of the best tackles in the NFL. So like you have all these really good pieces, and then you have Kyle Hamilton on the other side, right? You have Roquan Smith. He might be someone they look to move off of. You have, I want to say those are probably Matabike, who we don't know if he's going to come back, but he's a young defensive tackle, one of the best defensive tackles in the NFL. He had a neck injury. Like if he comes back, that makes a big difference. So like, I don't know. I get what you're saying with the Ravens. I still think it's probably the easiest to win now, which is why I think it'll be the most coveted, just because you have Lamar Jackson.
If you're a coach that needs to prove something, the Ravens are the team for you.
Yeah.
But if you're a proven coach like John Harbaugh, then I think I'd rather go to a place where I can do whatever I want.
Do you think
and mold a team?
Do you think Pete Carroll with the Raiders have a bad taste in their mouth? Given that's kind of what I know, it's different because you brought in Geno Smith and you brought in some of these guys who like that didn't work out, right? Like Geno's going to be gone. And now you're going to have a young rookie quarterback because you're going to take a quarterback first overall and maybe move off of Max Crosby, which you don't have to. You have plenty of cap space and you don't need to. So like that's a benefit. You can keep him if you want. But like that's the only thing to me is you kind of tried that with Pete Carroll. Do you shy away from it now because of the Pete Carroll experience you just had last year?
I would say no matter who you bring in, like Stefanski comes to mind, you have to 100% believe that this is a good coach because it's going to be a project. You're not going to be good next year. You're probably not going to be good the year after. But the third year is kind of what you're looking at if you come into this situation. So they need it. They need to bring someone in where they're not going to fire him within 2 years.
Yeah, need some stability.
And so that's why I lean towards something more stable like John Harbaugh. I don't think Pete Carroll is or was someone they thought like that. I thought they probably thought they're going to bring him in and they could be good or competitive right away. Not the fucking worst team in the league. Yeah.
That's fair.
So
I think it's fair.
I think they're leaning more towards stability and someone who is proven, not someone who's 74. I don't know how old John Harbaugh is. Is he in his 60s?
Yeah, 64. I want to say.
Okay, so he's 10 years younger. I think it's ridiculous
63.
when people. Okay, 11 years younger. He's, I think that's the guy that I would choose. I don't know.
Yeah,
okay. I'm not, I'm not an expert on this. I'm just saying if I'm looking around and I see my situation, I'm like, all right, that guy's been there, done that. He's been in big situations. He's been in all kinds of situations. How can we kind of build what the Ravens did, but better?
Yeah. Okay. I think that's fair. Are you surprised the Ravens moved on from Harbaugh?
Yes and no. I mean, my thing, I understand it's kind of like the Thomas situation. It's like no matter what you do, he's gonna get a job tomorrow,
Mhm.
you know. But sometimes you need to make that kind of change to go up a level. It's kind of like the Andy Reid situation with the Eagles. He could never get over the hump, but he went somewhere new. They got over the hump. They got someone new. Eagles got over the hump. So
Mhm.
sometimes you just need that.
Yeah, I think that's the right answer. Is I was surprised. I didn't think they would actually do it. I thought they'd give it one more try with Lamar, but I think you're right. There's something and I think I said on the podcast last week, like it sounded like there'd been a disconnect. That report came out with Lamar, which was obviously leaked from people inside of the Ravens organization. Certain people were rumors that it was Harbaugh who did it because it felt. I think it was starting to feel like it's a choose me one or the other type of situation. Like they were
Yeah.
never on the same page with his injuries. Like Harbaugh will come out on a Monday or Wednesday and say, "Yeah, you expect him to practice and play," and then he wouldn't practice or play. And Lamar would be like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling well. I'm not playing." Like there's just always something weird going on there. The reports are that obviously it was Lamar and player driven to move on from Harbaugh, which I thought was interesting. Which it's a bummer if you're Harbaugh, I'm sure, but I think you're right. Like he's a great coach. They got to the peaks. They couldn't get over the hump. They couldn't win the AFC Championship. They kept losing in the playoffs, throwing up duds in the playoffs. And I think losing a win-in game was kind of the final straw. And so I was surprised. I was surprised when I first saw it, but as I digested it for an hour, I think it made a lot of sense. I think you're right. I think the Andy Reid and the Eagles situation is a good comp for this kind of probably best for both parties to move on, see what they can do in other places. But yeah, I think the Ravens are going to be hot commodity. I think Jesse Minter makes a ton of sense. Like I think they should bring in a defensive guy. Like if the Bengals were to move on from Zach Taylor, I think I'd want them to bring in a defensive guy.
Really?
It
I
can't
just don't
be.
think that works.
I think it does because like these guys are so like they run their offense. Like you need someone who can call plays and like these guys like they make so many decisions at the line now when it comes and there's multiple plays that come into the headset. They read the defense, they pick and choose which play they want to run depending on what defense they give them. I wouldn't be surprised if they go for a defensive head coach. Is kind of my thought.
I mean, you see guys like Flores, you see guys like Gannon, you see guys like Saleh.
I think Flores is going to be the biggest name on the market too. Like
I
that's
know,
the
but
other thing with
didn't,
this.
it didn't work out though.
It didn't. No,
when he was with
that,
Miami.
That was a two. Like him and Tua just were like oil and water. I think
I get that, but then explain Robert Saleh, explain
I also
explain
think
Gannon, explain.
I think Saleh got a short end of the stick too. I think he got fired prematurely.
Yeah, I mean the Jets are kind of a lost cause. I'm just trying to think of like when. I mean, then you got like Belichick, defensive guy. I don't know.
I get what you're saying.
I think right now the trend is you need an offensive guy.
It's definitely the trend. It's definitely the trend.
I would want an offensive guy.
Definitely the trend. I don't know. But like this year, and this is why I wasn't super upset with the Bengals not firing Taylor. Is like there's no Vrabel, there is no Ben Johnson. There isn't that.
Yeah, the Vrabel is John Harbaugh right now.
Exactly. Right. And that he wasn't even an option. And like he's not going to, he wouldn't come to Cincinnati anyway because the Bengals wouldn't pay him enough and he wouldn't want to deal with the Brown family. Like that's the reality of being a Bengals fan is like, you're not going to get those guys because you're not going to pay him enough.
Up and comer.
Yes. Yeah. You're going to get the quarterbacks coach who has one interview because you can pay him now a lot and he'll be like a sexy up and coming guy. So Whoa. Like that's the I can't. Yeah. That's the other from a coordinator standpoint, like, we're going to be the first to discover this guy.
Yeah. I get that. I get that.
And so like, that was the other reason I wasn't super mad about it was because like there is none of those guys this year, which is it is what it is. But I'm surprised.
What if next year? Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised how many coaches actually got fired. I thought we were gonna have like a 3 or 4 year cycle, but we're up to 7 now.
Yeah.
And I think the 2 biggest names out there, Harbaugh and Stefanski. And
I like
they got
Stefanski.
fired from. I love Stefanski. I think he's a great coach. Like, I think the Browns are going to regret that decision, getting rid of Stefanski.
I agree, man. It's like, what's that guy supposed to do?
I think he got. I can't believe they kept Andrew Berry. Like, I do not understand how you can fire Stefanski and then you keep the guy who was the mastermind behind the Deshaun Watson trade, who set your franchise back like 3 years. Like, it just blows my mind. But like you said today, they have Harold Fannin, so like they got that going for them. So that's fun.
That's the only thing they got going on the offense.
Like, I think Stefanski was probably like, "Sweet, sounds good. I'll go get a I'll go coach the Giants."
Thank God I'm out.
Yes, exactly. Like, I think he
get me out of here. See ya.
Yes, I think he got screwed. I feel bad for. And he's
you think Daboll? You think Daboll is going to go anywhere?
I don't think he'll get another head coaching job. I think he'll be a coordinator somewhere. I think you can basically put him in. I think he's a great.
Detroit.
I think that'd be awesome. I also, I think I saw some Cliff Kingsbury. A lot of people are saying as soon as the Eagles are out of the playoffs, he's going to be the new OC. That's like he's just going to wait around to be the OC for the Eagles. I think that'd be kind of fun.
You think that's a lateral move?
I think it's an upgrade for him going from Washington to Philly. I don't know if he'll get a head coaching job. So, he obviously they've already parted ways. He's already parted ways with Washington. So,
I think he'll get one. I think like Arizona will do something, or wasn't he with Arizona?
Yeah, he's already. He's not going to.
What am I talking about?
I was like, no, that's not going to work.
It's like, wait a minute, that's already been a thing. Yeah, maybe he does need another year or two, and the Eagles just seem to pump out, offensive. I mean, both coordinators when they won the Super Bowl left.
Gannon stinks though. Well, he did win the Super Bowl, I guess. They lost.
But it's defensive guy, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I
think Cliff would make a lot of sense with the Ravens too, like as the offensive coordinator, whoever they bring in as their head coach. I think if they bring in a defensive guy.
Who do you think the Ravens are going to hire for a head coach?
I think
you're right. There's no splash name.
No, I think it'd be hilarious if it was Stefanski. Like, I think that would just be hilarious if he goes he upgrades the Baltimore to just a better organization in general and gets a better quarterback, and then he has a ton of success there. I think that'd just be funny. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but I think it'd be funny. I think they're going to end up with Flores or Minter. I think those are going to be the 2 names for them. 2 defensive guys. I really do. And then they're going to bring in.
You think Minter's going to
for OC? Mm-hmm. I think he's young. He's in his 30s, I think. The only thing that's weird about Minter is like he's worked with the Harbaughs a ton. Like he's the defensive coordinator for the Chargers. Like he's currently working. So like I don't know if that affects anything because he's close with the Harbaughs. But I do think he'll be. He's 42. He's older than I thought. But I do think. What?
That's young for a coach.
No, I know. I said 30s, though. I thought he was still in his 30s. I thought he was like 36, 37, not 42. And I do think Brian Flores. I think that's another one. Like, I think he's a guy that certain players will love playing for. I don't think Lamar Jackson and Tua are the same personality. I think it's someone that Lamar could work with. And
you haven't seen anyone for Atlanta yet?
Oh, yeah. We haven't seen Atlanta. No.
Who do you think? I mean, we can go this route. So what are the worst jobs? Probably Cleveland, Tennessee, and Arizona.
So I think Arizona. Yeah, I think Arizona might be the worst because you kind of got to figure out what to do with Kyler. You really don't have a ton of pieces. Like it's kind of a shit. Like the roster.
Trey McBride.
You have Trey
Marvin
McBride.
Harrison.
Marvin Harrison. I think I said this when, if we go back to the pods, like when they drafted him, I liked Malik Neighbors more than Marvin Harrison. Like I didn't get the hype for Marvin Harrison. They do have, yeah, it's all name. They do have $25 million in cap space, which is not a ton. We'll see what happens with Kyler's contract.
Do you think they can trade him?
I think they can. I don't know what you have to trade this. Like it's the whole trading the contract thing. You have to get someone. You probably have to give up Kyler and a pick to get.
That's fine.
a similar pick back. Like I don't know how that trade will work, which
I mean,
we'll
just
see.
getting him off your books is
Yeah,
the
no, that's a
biggest
win.
goal.
That's a win. I
Yeah.
would probably put. I'm not as low on the Titans as you are. I think Cam Ward showed a little bit of promise this past year, and they have the second most cap space available in the NFL, 95 million. So like you can do a lot with that to try and
They
rebuild
just
the team
showed me.
quickly.
They showed me nothing.
Yeah, I mean they've drafted O-line heavily, like so they have some pieces on the O-line the last couple years. You do have Jeffrey Simmons on the defensive side of the ball. Like you have a star on the defensive side. I would put them. I put the Titans above Cleveland and the Cardinals.
Oh, I'd put everyone above Cleveland. I'd probably put the Cardinals. I'd probably go from worst. I'd probably go Cleveland. Thing with Cleveland though, their defense is so good,
It's
but
so
their
good.
offense is so bad.
I know, but you have so many
that-
pieces of like you already have a top 10 unit. That's what makes it hard to like.
I mean, if
shit
they had
on
a
them.
decent offense, if they had a, because their offense was like 9th worst of all time this year.
Yeah, it's bad. It's
maybe
really bad.
maybe 8th. I think it moved up to 8th after this past game, even though they won. But you have the Shador thing. You still have Dylan Gabriel. You have this Deshaun Watson thing looming over you. Like it's just such a bad.
But that's where I go back to the whole Andrew Berry thing. Like this is your guy who made these decisions. Like it made no sense from the get go. And like I saw people saying, and this I think I believe this. I saw people saying this. I think people knew he knew he was going to come into a year. They didn't have a quarterback. They weren't going to be able to draft one. Like I think it was smart they traded down to get some extra draft capital in the upcoming. No one expected the Jaguars to be this good, right? So that first round pick is going to be picked, 28 or something instead of top 15 like they thought it was going to be. But he picked guys like Harold Vannon, Judkins, like not super high positional value, but players he knew would be good right away to help build his resume of like, see, look at these guys I picked that like, because their rookie class was great. The rookie class was awesome.
What was Junkins' injury?
I think I don't think it was a torn ACL, but it was bad. It was bad. It looked bad.
It was a bad injury.
It was a bad injury. But like I saw, which I kind of like, he had a great rookie draft class, which is why the Haslams came out and said they wanted to keep him, is because we had such a great draft last year. We have a lot of pieces to build off of, but it's a running back, it's a tight end, it's a defensive tackle. Like it's not the positions that are super, super valuable,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't believe they kept him.
They're not going to draft a quarterback this year.
No, you can't.
And they're just going to run back the offense. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll draft some pieces, maybe some offensive linemen, and then just wait to the following year when they go 6 and 11 again, and they're going to be, pick 10 or 11.
12, yeah. Well, it's like we talked, like we were texting earlier. Their entire starting of offensive line is up or free agents, and they have negative cap space. They have like negative $17 million in cap space. Like they don't have an O line. Like it's a mess. That side of the ball is in such a bad spot. But then you got the defense, top 10 unit. You can win games.
Yeah, but you can't win every game 6-3.
No, you can't. You can't. They tried this year though. They definitely tried.
They did. They succeeded sometimes.
They did. They scored 2 touchdowns last week. They offense scored 6 points. Defense scored 2 touchdowns. That's how they won the game.
14.
So it's possible. Yeah. It's possible. Sorry. Yeah. Let's go through the rankings. I keep sidetracking you through your rankings. Go ahead. Finish your rankings.
What are my rankings? About what?
From what you're gonna do worst spot for the head coach. Yeah. Worst.
Browns number 1.
Okay.
Arizona number 2. No. Titan. All right. Cleveland 1, Titans 2, Arizona 3.
Why you sit down on the Titans?
I just didn't see it, man. Like I said, they didn't. I felt like, how many games they win this year? 3. Every game, I'm like, there's no chance they're winning.
Yeah.
And at least with the Cardinals, they could put up points. They beat some teams. They were a really frisky bad team. It's just
they lost in more exciting ways.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather go into something like that, and it might be a coaching thing. The Kyler thing is going to be interesting. they're also a team that could start over a little bit, and they have Trey McBride. Like that's a big piece. That's bigger than anything that Cleveland has on the offensive side and anything the Titans have.
Yeah, I think the Titans, the big story is cap space available, and if you believe in Cam Ward. Like if you are a coach coming in and thinking Cam Ward can be a foundational piece, then that's somewhere I think you'd be really excited about. But if you're not in on Cam Ward, I agree with you. There's not really much to build off of in Tennessee.
Yeah,
so
I texted you this a few weeks ago. He reminds me of a worse Caleb Williams.
Yeah. He does. He's got a fastball. He's got a cannon. That's for sure. And he's elusive in the pocket. But I didn't watch a ton of Titans this year, so like it's hard for me to say. So who else? What are the other? So it's Browns, Titans, Cardinals, Ravens, Falcons.
Raiders.
Yeah,
Falcons.
Raiders, Falcons, Giants. Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I do think there's a pretty clear tier. Like you have those three, Titans, and then the other four. I think you can
talk yourself into the other four.
Yes, they're solid situations. Like you said, the Falcons, some awesome foundational. Like James Pierce had 10.5 sacks this year, most sacks by a rookie since Micah Parsons for the Falcons. You got obviously Bijan, Drake London. This is the quarterback situation. Like I don't think Penix is the answer. Kirk Cousins obviously isn't the answer. So once they figure that out, I think it'll make a big difference. And then you got Xavier Watts too, like on the defense. Jesse Bates, he's older, but you got some good pieces on the defensive side. God, who's the corner? They have a really good corner. Drawing a point. But yeah, they have some good defense pieces. So, two more. Are you surprised the Jets didn't fire? What's his face?
No.
Why am I drawing a blank? What's his name?
I'm forgetting his name too. What the hell? I don't even know.
What the? Aaron Glenn. Thanks. Yeah, from the Lions. Yeah.
I was like two first names.
Yeah, I'm not
Aaron
surprised
Glenn,
either. I think.
How many coaches are they going to pay, man? I mean,
well, I also think like the Jets at some point you need to stick to a coach for more than a year or two, and
I agree.
I think, as bad as this sounds, I think this is setting up for him to be fired next year and bring in someone when you have a ton of picks next year. You can kind of hopefully get the cream of the crop here in New York. You're a big market. We got 3 first-round picks next year. Like we can get the quarterback
Dante Moore.
Yeah, like, and that's like this year. And that's the thing. Like, do you take a quarter? I would pass on a quarterback this year if I was the Jets. I would trade and get as many picks as I can and go into next year.
I saw Dylan Raiola is a favorite to go to Oregon.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Because that means Dante Moore's probably going to come out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Unless they match what he'd make in his rookie contract, but they ain't paying that.
No, they wouldn't. No, because that's going to be $20-something million. There's no way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Do you want to make a parlay really quick?
Let's do it. Sorry, I know that went long. That was fast when you're talking about coaches.
It does. Yeah. We actually had a lot to talk about this week.
I know. It was nice.
All right. So I'm so pumped for this week, man. Also, the Rams are 10.5-point favorites.
I know.
Away.
I saw that.
And they
just lost to Carolina.
Yeah, that's wild. All right, so let's. I think we got to go Devontae Adams anytime touchdown.
The coming back from injury makes me nervous, but I'll do it. I would rather go Puka. I think at -105, he has better odds too. Than I. That's just me.
I mean, Devontae is -115.
He's -125 for me.
No, okay.
I'm fine either way.
We don't have to. We can go somewhere else. We can find another. What about Travis Etienne against the Bills?
Yeah, I was gonna say Trevor Lawrence.
Oh,
+180.
I'm in.
I was kind of thinking Trevor Lawrence. Bills' rush defense is kind of the weak point on the defense side of the ball. Trevor's been running the ball well. He's been playing unbelievable football. MVP maybe? No, I'm just kidding. But he'll probably finish top 3, top 4. But I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence.
I think we need to put Parker Washington over 50 receiving yards there too.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
He's been killing it.
I do like that. All right,
All right, so we'll put those together, and then let's see. Trying to think who's going to score more. Did you see the 49ers lost another linebacker?
Oh, did
Bethune?
they? Who? Oh, did they? I didn't see that.
Yeah.
All right, Parker Washington over 50 receiving yards. All right, yeah. Who else is going to score? I think I'm going to kind of stay away from Patriots Chargers. I think.
I agree. I agree. What about? This is kind of tough.
I think we should do a Ram. I think you're right. I think doing.
I agree. I'm looking at it right now.
Makes a lot of sense.
All right, pick whoever you want. Go Puka.
I'm gonna do Puka.
All right.
All right. Do you want to do one more leg, or do you want to?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. You want to do a player prop or TD score?
Yeah. Let's do a player prop. Let's do Devontae Smith over 55.5.
Yeah, I like that. Because 49ers defense has been very skeptical. So I like that.
Or would you rather do
No, I like that. Let's do that. 54.5.
Or do you like over 4.5 receptions for Devontae?
I like his yardage because, like, I do think he is good for. It hasn't happened as much this year, but he is usually good for a deep catch or two. So I like the possibility of him maybe catching deep ball. I mean, I think that was just the Eagles' offense this year. The deep ball was not their specialty, obviously.
Maybe they'll open it up a little bit.
Yeah, I just like yardage. I like yardage because I do like receptions too, but I like yardage because sometimes all it takes is one or two, and that's it. That's all that matters.
Like that.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. All right, read it off.
All right, Trevor Lawrence anytime touchdown, Parker Washington 50+ receiving yards, Puka anytime touchdown, and then Devonta Smith over 54.5 receiving yards to get you just under plus 1,800 at plus 1,766. I like it.
I like that too. All right, let's make our picks.
Okay. I'll let you. We both went 1 and 2. I can't even remember. You won the regular season though with a 30-19-1 record. So I'll let you go first. And I finished 25-26. I almost brought it back to even, but I went 1 and 2
what a comeback.
It was a good comeback though. Yeah.
It's kind of a similar year. I mean, you had a pretty great year last year, but you know, one of us did well this year and the other one was around even.
Run. Hey, combined, if you would have tailed every single bet from both of us, you would have been up. If let's say you did the unit and they were all plus, you'd be up 10 units. So, or a little bit more. So.
All right. I'm going to go. Man, these lines kind of freak me out. A lot of them, I mean,
it's
Green
hard.
Bay,
It's playoffs.
Chicago 1, Buffalo, Jacksonville 1. All right, I'm just going to do it. Give me Philly minus 4.5 at minus 110.
I mean, I think you got to do it as a Philly fan.
You need to.
I think you have.
Even though you just muted yourself because you're typing, because you're insecure about your keyboard.
It's loud. I don't want.
It's not that bad.
I don't want. Okay, fine. I won't do it. You can hear my clicking on my mouse anyway, so it doesn't matter. Mike picks up fucking everything. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
That's why you need an arm.
Yeah, I should get an arm. I'm gonna go. God, Bill, I'm pumped for Bills Jags, man. I think that might be the game of the weekend. Just because, like, you got Josh Allen, but then you have Jaguars who might be
the hottest team in sports right now.
Like them in Houston, but I think I lean Jacksonville just because the offense looks so dominant.
Yeah, and they can run the ball.
Tough. And they can run the ball. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go Patriots minus 3.5. I think they're gonna come out. This is more an indictment on
the Chargers.
Where the Chargers offensive line is, and like I just don't know if they'll be able to put up enough points. And Patriots, like we had the Drake May discussion, like I think he's a great, like he's a top 5 quarterback, top 2 this year, and I I think there's always nerves coming in if it's your first start as a rookie in a playoff scenario. But I think with Vrabel and McDaniels, like I think they'll come out and win by 7 at least at home in the cold.
Yeah, no, I like that. I was looking at that one. That was probably gonna be my next pick, but I'm gonna take. Oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this. Give me Pittsburgh +3.
Oh God. Okay, whatever you say, man. I get it though. They're at home. They've won
Undefeated on Monday night.
23-0 or something. Their last 23 Monday night games. Like I get it.
Yeah, that one hurt to say out loud.
That would be. I do think that'd be amazing. Like, hey, they're home underdogs though in the playoffs. Like you take the points at home. That would be I would be blown away if they win that game. But they could lose.
I heard Bill Simmons
by
say
1
that,
or 2.
I heard Bill Simmons say that there's nothing, like as a betting thing, there's nothing better to bet on than no one believes in us team. And the Steelers are the no one believes in us team. Them and Carolina, obviously, being, minus 10.5 at home.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
This is insane, yeah. I'm not gonna do Carolina plus 10.5, but I am gonna take the over in that game. I'm gonna go over 46.5 in that game. I think when they played last time, it was kind of a shootout. I think the Rams will put up 30 plus points, and I'm just hoping the Panthers score a couple touchdowns. So I'm gonna go LA Carolina over 46.5.
I'm gonna finish off with over 52.5 Buffalo Jacksonville.
I like that. You just want to bet in that game?
I just want a shootout because I think that's, if we're gonna have one, that's the game.
That's the game. I kind of agree with you. Like neither defense is amazing.
Both offenses are really good.
Both offenses are good. You got Josh Allen. I think Jacksonville's offense is better, but it's hard to bet against. Josh Allen in the playoffs is one of the best playoff quarterbacks we've ever seen. I know they've lost, but he's always played unbelievable. It's not like it's really been his fault that they've lost. So I agree. I think that is the game I'm most excited for this weekend.
Yeah,
Buffalo Jacksonville.
And it sucks it's at 1:00 too.
It does. Yeah, it's a good point. I'm kind of surprised they didn't make that the afternoon game. I get why they should have made that the Sunday night game and done Patriots Chargers at 1. Or am I crazy?
Or Philly San Fran at night. But I just think the New England Chargers game should be at 1.
Yes, I agree. Like I think that's not I get it's the Patriots, like maybe that's why, because it's like Return of the Patriots, but I agree with you. I don't think it has as much luster as Jacksonville Buffalo. Mainly because of Chargers unbelievable job making it to the playoffs, but I just don't see them going anywhere. Their offensive line is just too bad. All right, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm gonna take Bears that I said earlier. I'm gonna take Bears money line at -102.
Wow.
Or should I take the points? Should I take the 1.5?
Well, I have 1 on Hard Rock, so
I have 1.5 on DraftKings.
Just take 1.
Okay. No, if I'm not gonna take 1. I'll do money line.
And then take money line.
I'm gonna take money line. -102.
Also, what's the Pittsburgh line on DraftKings? I forgot that we do it on DraftKings.
3.
Is it plus 100?
-108.
Steelers +3 is plus 100 on Hard Rock.
It's -108 on DraftKings.
Hold on, let me mess with this really quick. Maybe I can get more points. How do we do this? Where's the spread? Spread.
Hard Rock is tough to mess with sometimes.
I got it. Plus 3.5 is -135. It jumps.
That doesn't make any sense. That makes no sense.
I'm about to just take that right now. All right, read them off.
All right. Mike, Philly -4.5, -108. Pittsburgh +3, -108. On my end, I know you said you had a +100. Buffalo, Jacksonville over 52.5 at -105. And then I had Patriots -3.5, -112. LA, Carolina over 46.5, -112. And then Chicago, moneyline -102. I think I'm going to do a 6-leg parlay, pick either a spread or an over-under in every game. I like to do that in the playoffs, especially wildcard weekend, and see what we can get. Because you can usually, if you pick 6 games, I mean, it'll get to, plus 2,000 or something, which is fun. So I think it's going to be good. It'll be fun.
All right. Follow us at Travel Athlete Pod on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and at Athlete Pod on Twitter.
How bad was the take, the Joe Burrow, Drake Maye take that I had earlier today? Was it bad? Was it terrible? I think it was biased.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
And that's what the people wanted.
Yeah.
Do you want to take it back?
No, I don't take it back. I'd still take Burrow. But, like, if you throw in, like, age and contracts, yes, it makes a difference. But
how long have you been thinking about that?
Not that long. It just kind of pops in your head randomly, like, did I get my points across the way, or did I just sound like a fucking idiot? So, but I probably sound like an idiot, but it is what it is.
One thing I will tell you, I doubt many people will get to the 1 hour, 11-minute mark, so they probably won't hear this part.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah. I just sound like an idiot. It's all right.
I don't think
it's that bad. Yeah.
I don't think it's that bad. I think it's a good conversation, but it's tough to swallow the contract and the injuries.
And there's bias there. Like, I'm willfully admit that. So
I mean, look at your background. It's Paycor Stadium, and there it is. there it is. And that's what seals it.
Yep. I gotta hang that up.
You have anything else to say?
Sitting on the ground. Nah, that's it. I'm glad the football season's over. I'm so happy. That's it.
I'm pumped. The Eagles are winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, shit. We gotta do it again, dude. Left the lens cap on.